What up, people? Mike Steph here with another installment of Mike Steph's WrestleMania Memories. We are currently up to WrestleMania 28, which emanated from Miami, Florida. Yes, in the year 2012. The main event of the show was a main event a year in the making. It was set up at the previous WrestleMania, WrestleMania 27. The matchup between the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock, making his return to the ring after what, 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. I believe his last time he was in the ring was WrestleMania 20 when him and McFoley lost to, in a handicap match, albeit, to Evolution, Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton. This time, he made his return to the ring to go against the face of the WWE at the time, Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, Mr. Thuganomics himself, even though Thuganomics was passe by this time, about 8 years passe. John Cena. Yes. They main evented this match. This match was pretty good, even though, come to find out, I want to say The Rock, did he injure himself after this match? I know next year, the rematch, he injured himself very early in that rematch. But this match was pretty good. They went about 15, 20 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Finish after finisher, but it wasn't spamming finishers. And little did you know, or little did anybody think, John Cena actually lost. But if you really think about it, do you think The Rock, the man who ruled over the WWE, albeit probably only about 2 years, but such a mainstream star, such a mainstay of the Attitude Era, did you really believe he was going to come back for the first time in 8 years and lose to John Cena, someone that, especially at that time, he did not respect? They had a mutual respect after their rivalry, but at that time, the disrespect went both ways. John Cena cut him up on the mic, and The Rock, well, shall I say, Dwayne came out plenty of times wanting to tear his effing head off. Yeah. But it was a good match. What it reminds me of is, oh, sometimes you got that feeling, yeah. You got a feeling coming in it on time. You got the feeling, yeah. But the funny thing about this match, being the main event, that made everything else, besides, of course, the Undertaker's annual defense of his undefeated streak at WrestleMania, feel less than. This was the first WrestleMania in which CM Punk came into WrestleMania not only as champ, but as WWE champ, and he faced off against Chris Jericho, a returning Chris Jericho. First time we've seen Chris Jericho back on the WrestleMania stage in WrestleMania 26, in which he beat Edge. But this Chris Jericho was different. This Chris Jericho returned early that year, early 2020, early 2012, silent. He went weeks at a time, coming to the ring with this light up jacket, and said nothing. This was what they called Troll Jericho, Troll. As the weeks went by, the adulation dwindled until the fans really realized what happened. That match was a match between who was going to be the best in the world, who was in fact the best in the world. You had CM Punk, who proclaimed that ever since the Summer of Punk 2011, when he beat John Cena for the title, and then he lost it at SummerSlam, and then he regained the title at the Survivor Series against Alberto Del Rio. But he proclaimed himself to be the best in the world. And Jericho took offense to that. Jericho was like, listen, that sounds familiar because I know before I left, I proclaimed myself to be the best in the world at what I do. So it was a match between them. And it was a good match. Was it underwhelming? I don't know if it was underwhelming or not. Because looking in past tense, at the time, I was like, yeah, these were two of my favorite wrestlers. Jericho's not in that category anymore due to just things, happenstance. But these are two of my favorite wrestlers. These are two people that I really, really look forward to. Their promos, their in-ring, but their promos, their personality, so forth, the characters. So I was looking forward to this. And it was okay. But I want to say this was the beginning of Jericho not delivering in the ring up to my expectations. It wasn't as bad as the following year against Fandango. Anybody remember Fandango? If you don't, I'll remind you next episode. But CM Punk did retain. And of course, he would have to be outshined by these two, The Rock and Cena. Also, I would be remiss if I did not mention this was the beginning of the Yes Movement. And I know you're probably like, huh? 2012? WrestleMania 28? Yes. Daniel Bryan entered WrestleMania 28 as the World Heavyweight Champion. He faced off against the Royal Rumble winner of that year, Sheamus. Sheamus was a face. Daniel Bryan was a heel. He was a heel with AJ Lee. Yes, that's right. CM Punk's current wife right now, AJ Lee by his side. And he was verbally abusive to AJ Lee. He made AJ Lee feel as small as a mouse. And this is the beginning of the Yes Movement because Daniel Bryan lost the championship in what, 10 seconds? He got a kiss from AJ, they rang the bell, bro kick, 1, 2, 3, pin. And it was such an outrage because they're like, wow, they did Daniel Bryan dirty. He did not turn face until summertime. He had the team with Kane, Team Hell No. They won the tag team championships, I think, on 2 occasions. And their skits with Dr. Shelby with anger management, because at this time, the chant was, no, 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 no. Hence, Team Hell No. So the skits with Dr. Shelby and Kane became a big hit. They ran with it, and he became the lovable face. And the no's turned to yeses again. And now, to tidy up, the end of an era. That's what they termed it. The Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and The Undertaker. A rematch of WrestleMania 27 with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee. And once again, there was always something in the back of somebody's mind. Is like, darn, is Triple H going to win? They got the odds stacked against The Undertaker. Will he remain undefeated? Will he get to 20-0? Not only is he going against Triple H, he's going against a vengeful Shawn Michaels. It's WrestleMania. It's the Hell in a Cell. Will it get done? And it got done in a pretty long, self-masturbatory match, because best believe they had the longest thing on the match, and they kept on saying end of the era. But end of what era? This is 2012. Was it the end of Triple H era? Possibly. Was it the end of the era that these three represented? Probably. But why did y'all term it? Why did they term it end of an era? And we were firmly entrenched in the John Cena era. And the Rocket returned, but yet it was the end of an era for these three. Undertaker, once again, retained his undefeated streak. And Triple H, almost at the end, he realized between him and Shawn Michaels being conflicted and hitting the sweet chin music and Undertaker kicking out of everything, he just said, you know what, put me to rest. And the Undertaker obliged and put him to rest. 1, 2, 3. And then they almost did like their own curtain call at the end, as this picture suffices, or as the picture explains, that they helped each other up the ring after a hellacious match. And 20-0 is in the background. And yeah. But you could tell the Undertaker was slowing down. Slowing down. He was slowing down. He actually cut off his hair for this match to show how serious he was. Well, that's pretty much it. Am I going to talk about anything else on this when it's WrestleMania? No. Why? Because guess what? It's that time again. I got to go on my shoot job that I'm supposed to be at right now. So tune in tomorrow for WrestleMania 29, emanating from MetLife Stadium. WWE was coming home, it's coming home, coming home, and coming home. I wonder if they would ever use that promotional song again, being the fact it was by Diddy. Oh yeah, Diddy had a performance on WrestleMania. Don't forget that. Yeah, that aged well. Aged like spoiled milk. So with all that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Until tomorrow, Mike Steps, WrestleMania Memories.